Hello, my name is Maria O'Connell. In this presentation, I will talk about my own bioecological model, which is based on Bronfenbrenner's bioecological systems theory. I will also think critically about how different environmental systems have affected my growth from a student to a teacher in training. Bronfenbrenner's theory explains that human development transpires through ongoing interactions between the individual and their environment over time. These interactions are called proximal processes, and they happen in different systems such as the microsystem, mesosystem, ecosystem, macrosystem, and chronosystem. I will use my model to show each of these systems, how each of these systems help me grow as a whole person and how they have shaped my path to becoming a teacher. First, I will talk about the microsystem, which is my immediate environment, like my family, school, teachers, and friends. My family had a big impact on how I grew up. They were there for me emotionally, kept me in line, and also pushed me to do well in school. My parents taught me from a young age that hard work and doing well in school were important. This helped me stay motivated and committed to learning. My teachers had a big impact on me too. Some of them made the classroom a fun and interesting place to learn, which made me like school and believe in myself. One teacher in particular pushed me to speak up in class and take charge. This helped me feel sure of myself, improve my communication skills, and take on more responsibility. My friends also helped me grow. I learned how to work as a team, be empathetic, and solve problems through friendships, group work, and activities outside of school. These interactions made me feel better about myself and helped me get better at talking to people. These relationships were not one-sided. There was a two-way effect, which means that my environment shaped me and also shaped the people around me. For instance, my teachers were more likely to help me and give me more chances because I was so dedicated to my studies. Next, I will be discussing my mesosystem. The mesosystem is the way that different parts of my microsystem work together. For me, the relationship between my family and school had a big impact on how I grew up. My parents were involved in my education and kept in touch with my teachers. This made it clear what was expected of me at home and at school. This strong bond helped me to do better in school and stay on track. It also made a safe place for me to grow up, where both my teachers and parents worked together to help me. Also, the friends I made at school became friends in my personal life. I often studied with friends and got help from them, which helped me learn better and do better in school. These relationships were all connected and made a strong support system that helped me grow both personally and academically. Next, I will be discussing my ecosystem. The ecosystem encompasses environments in which I was not directly engaged, yet they still impacted my development. The work environment of my parents was a big part of it. Their job sometimes kept them from spending as much time with me as they would have liked, but their financial support gave me access to important educational resources. Libraries and educational programs in my community also helped me grow. These gave students more chances to learn outside of the classroom. Media and technology also played a big role. Having access to online learning platforms and digital resources helped me do better in school and learn important digital skills. Even though I wasn't directly involved in these systems, they had a big effect on how I grew up. Next, I will be discussing the macro system. The larger culture and societal setting in which I grew up referred to as the macro system. I was exposed to a diverse community with a number of difficulties while growing up in South Africa, including disparities in the educational system. This affected how I perceived the various obstacles that students might encounter. My personal ideas and behavior were greatly influenced by cultural norms, including hard work, discipline, and respect, both at home and in my community. These principles were reaffirmed. My personal ideas and behavior. My development was also impacted by educational policies like learner-centered teaching and inclusive education. These methods motivated me to seek a profession in teaching because I want to help create welcoming and encouraging learning environments for all students. My identity and decision to become a teacher was shaped by these largest social factors. Next, I will be discussing the chrono system. Changes and transitions over time are referred to as the chrono system. I went through a number of significant changes in my life, including going from elementary school to high school and then to higher education. I became more independent, responsible, and resilient as a result of these changes. The COVID 19 pandemic was a significant event that affected my growth. I had to adjust to new learning method as a result of the introduction of online learning. I became more self-directed in my academics and acquired great digital abilities as a result. Over time, these encounters shaped my academic and personal growth and helped me get ready for the contemporary classroom setting. When I think back on my growth, I can see that it was influenced by the interplay of several systems rather than just one. According to Bronfenbrenner, development is a two-way, and my own experience demonstrates this. Although my surroundings had an impact on my development, I also had an impact on my surroundings through my behavior, attitude, and actions. For instance, my dedication to my studies fostered better relationships with peers and more support from teachers. My individual traits, such as tenacity, drive, and a love of learning, also had a significant impact on how I reacted to these external factors. Together, these elements shaped my personality throughout time and ultimately impacted my choice to become a teacher. In conclusion, to sum up, Bronfenbrenner's bioecological systems theory offers a useful framework for comprehending my transition from a student to a teacher in training. Over time, the various environmental systems and my personal traits have continuously interacted to shape my development. I now see how important it is to approach students holistically, taking into account their experiences, settings, and backgrounds. I want to use this knowledge in my teaching as a future teacher by establishing welcoming, inclusive, and stimulating learning environments for my students. Thank you.